Many people find that after they turn 60, they start to forget small things more often. It is a very common experience that can sometimes feel a bit unsettling. You might find yourself frequently misplacing your reading glasses or car keys. Perhaps you struggle to recall a name during a conversation, even if the face is familiar. This can certainly be frustrating, causing moments of concern. However, it is important to understand that this kind of forgetfulness does not always signal a serious underlying problem. In many cases, it is simply a normal part of the aging process, a gentle shift in how our minds work. This essay aims to explore why these changes occur and offer some reassurance. As we grow older, our brains, like all other parts of our bodies, undergo natural changes. This is an entirely normal biological process. Some areas of the brain that are crucial for learning new information and retrieving memories might not operate with the same speed and efficiency they once did. You can imagine your brain as a vast, well-used library. Sometimes locating a specific piece of information might take a little longer than it did in your younger years. Additionally, the blood flow to the brain might subtly change, and the communication between brain cells or neurons can become less rapid. These gentle shifts can influence how easily we recall facts, names, or events. Understanding these fundamental changes is the first step. Let us consider some common examples of what we call normal age-related forgetfulness. For instance, you might walk purposefully into a room, only to stop and wonder what you came in for. Or you might find yourself struggling to remember the name of an acquaintance you have not seen for quite some time, even though you recognize them. Sometimes a specific word might feel like it is on the very tip of your tongue, yet you just cannot quite grasp it in that moment. These instances are often referred to as senior moments, and they happen to many individuals as they age. It is as if your brain's internal filing system has become a bit slower or more cluttered, making retrieval take longer. This is quite different from more serious memory issues that significantly disrupt daily life. Feeling a bit more forgetful as you age can naturally lead to some worry. However, it is truly crucial to remember that a slight decline in the speed of memory recall is perfectly normal. Our brains are incredibly complex and possess a remarkable resilience. Furthermore, there are many proactive things we can do to support our brain health and cognitive function as we get older. Gaining a clear understanding of what is happening is the foundational step toward addressing these changes positively. In the following sections, we will delve deeper into the factors that contribute to these memory lapses and, importantly, discuss practical ways to help keep your mind sharp and active. It is about empowering yourself with knowledge and strategies. To better understand memory changes, let's look closer at the brain itself. The human brain is an intricate network composed of billions of specialized cells called neurons. These neurons are responsible for transmitting information throughout the brain and body by communicating with each other through complex connections. As we get older, the nature of these connections between neurons can evolve. While it was once believed that we lose a vast number of neurons as we age, current research suggests that neuron loss is less significant than previously thought for most people. However, the brain can experience some shrinkage in certain areas, particularly in regions like the hippocampus, which plays a vital role in forming new memories. These physical alterations can mean that learning new things or recalling stored information might take a bit more time and effort. Stress is a significant factor that can impact memory function at any stage of life, but its effects can sometimes be more pronounced in older adults. When we experience chronic or prolonged stress, our bodies release hormones such as cortisol. Consistently high levels of cortisol can over time potentially damage brain cells, especially within the hippocampus, that memory-critical region we just discussed. If you find yourself constantly worrying about things like finances, personal health, family matters, or other significant life stressors, this mental strain can make it more difficult to concentrate, focus your attention, and therefore, remember things effectively. Think of persistent stress as a kind of mental fog that can cloud your thinking and memory recall. Finding healthy ways to manage and reduce stress is therefore very important for protecting your cognitive health. The role of sleep in memory consolidation is absolutely crucial, yet often underestimated. It is during our sleep cycles, particularly deep sleep, that our brain works diligently to consolidate memories. This complex process involves organizing, processing, and storing the information and experiences we have gathered throughout the day, transferring them to long-term storage. If you are not consistently getting enough good quality, restorative sleep, Your brain does not have adequate time to perform this essential maintenance and memory-building work. Many older adults report experiencing changes in their sleep patterns. They might find it harder to fall asleep, sleep less deeply, or wake up more frequently during the night. This persistent lack of quality sleep can directly and negatively impact your ability to remember things clearly and efficiently the following day. Finally, staying socially active and engaged is surprisingly beneficial for your brain's health and your memory. Meaningful interactions with other people provide significant mental stimulation. Engaging in conversations requires you to listen attentively, process incoming information, formulate thoughts, and respond coherently. This entire process keeps your brain active and working. Conversely, if an individual becomes socially isolated or significantly less socially active than they used to be, their brain does not receive this regular cognitive workout. Furthermore, loneliness itself can contribute to feelings of stress and depression, both of which can further impair memory function. You can think of regular social interaction as a form of enjoyable exercise for your brain's intricate communication pathways, helping to keep them strong. It is important to distinguish between normal age-related forgetfulness and more serious memory problems. Normal forgetfulness typically includes occasionally misplacing everyday items like your reading glasses, the television remote, or your house keys, though you usually find them later after a bit of searching. You might forget an appointment or a name, but it often comes back to you later on. Sometimes you might forget a detail from a recent conversation or event. You might also find that you need to make lists more often than you did in the past to keep track of tasks or shopping items. These are generally not signs of a serious underlying condition like dementia. They are often due to a natural slowing in your brain's processing speed or a reduced ability to multitask as efficiently as before. Let's consider some more concrete examples of these normal memory lapses. For instance, you might find that you forget one part of an experience, but can clearly recall the other details surrounding it. Perhaps you are telling a story, and momentarily forget a minor detail, but you remember the main sequence of events, and the overall point of the story. Another common experience is struggling to find the exact right word during a conversation, a phenomenon often called the tip-of-the-tongue feeling, even though you can usually describe what you mean or the word comes to you later. Sometimes you might enter a room with a specific purpose in mind, then momentarily forget why you are there, only for the reason to return to you shortly after. These are common occurrences and usually nothing to be overly concerned about. However, more serious memory loss presents differently and can significantly impact daily life. This might include frequently forgetting how to do things you have done proficiently many times before, such as operating familiar household appliances like the microwave or washing machine. Consistently getting lost in places that should be very familiar, like your own neighborhood, is another important warning sign. Asking the same questions repeatedly, even after receiving clear answers, can also be a cause for concern. Furthermore, significant and unexplained changes in personality, mood, or behavior, especially when they occur alongside noticeable memory problems, warrant careful attention and professional evaluation. These types of symptoms interfere much more substantially with a person's ability to function independently. If you or a loved one begins to experience memory problems that genuinely disrupt daily living and independence, it is very important to consult a doctor. Specifically, if there are ongoing difficulties with essential tasks such as managing personal finances, remembering to take medications correctly and on time, or maintaining personal hygiene due to memory issues, medical advice should be sought promptly. Other concerning signs include persistent trouble following or joining in conversations, or frequently losing track of what you were saying mid-sentence. A healthcare professional can conduct assessments to help determine the potential cause of the memory problems. They can rule out other reversible causes, such as vitamin deficiencies or medication side effects, and diagnose conditions like mild cognitive impairment or dementia if present. Early and accurate assessment is always key to getting the right support. One of the best things you can do for your memory as you age is to keep your brain mentally active and consistently challenged. Engage your mind on a regular basis. Consider learning a new skill that interests you, such as playing a musical instrument, taking up a new language, or trying a new craft. Activities like crossword puzzles, Sudoku, strategy-based board games, or reading books and articles on diverse topics can also be very beneficial. When you engage in activities that make you think and learn, you help to build new connections between neurons in your brain. This process can create what we call a cognitive reserve, which essentially acts as a buffer, helping your brain to better cope with age-related changes and maintain function. Regular physical exercise offers incredible benefits not just for your body but significantly for your brain as well. Consistent physical activity increases blood flow throughout your body, including to your brain. This improved circulation delivers more oxygen and vital nutrients that your brain cells need to thrive. Exercise can also promote the growth of new brain cells and strengthen the connections between existing ones. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise on most days of the week. This could be brisk walking, swimming, cycling, or dancing. Alongside exercise, a healthy, balanced diet plays a crucial role in supporting brain health. Focus on eating plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Healthy fats, like those found in oily fish, nuts, and olive oil, are also particularly good for your brain. Remember, what is good for your heart is generally very good for your brain. We have previously discussed how factors like chronic stress, insufficient sleep, and social isolation can negatively affect your memory. Therefore, it is very important to actively work on managing these aspects of your life. Practice relaxation techniques such as mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing exercises, or yoga to help reduce your stress levels. Prioritize your sleep by establishing a regular sleep schedule and creating a restful, comfortable sleep environment in your bedroom. Make a conscious effort to stay socially connected with friends, family, and your community. Consider joining clubs, volunteering for a cause you care about, or taking classes to meet new people and engage in shared activities. These positive lifestyle choices can make a very big difference to your cognitive well-being. In conclusion, experiencing some degree of forgetfulness after the age of 60 is a common part of life for many individuals. It does not automatically mean that a serious cognitive decline is underway. By understanding the natural ways your brain changes with age, and by proactively adopting brain-healthy habits, you can effectively support your memory and overall cognitive function for years to come. Focus your energy on the aspects you can control, your lifestyle choices, the activities you engage in, and the social connections you nurture. Embrace the opportunity to continue learning new things and stay curious about the world around you. Your brain has an amazing capacity to adapt and remain sharp throughout your life. There is a great deal you can do to help keep it that way and enjoy a mentally vibrant life.